Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Surely. All bad airplane jokes aside, I decided to cave into the pressure. Many of you have been asking me for my views, my thoughts on the Shure SM7B that I have in my hands here. In fact, I'm going to unpack it now and take a look at what is inside the box. It's a legendary vocal microphone. So many YouTubers use this microphone. I see it all over the place. Inside, of course, you get all the usual manuals, a nice Shure sticker, all included, some Velcro straps in case you want to cable manage, and the legendary cardioid dynamic vocal microphone here, wrapped in a little bit of plastic. Let's open it up. This right here is what a lot of YouTubers and podcasters are using to sound great. It's a vocal cardioid dynamic microphone. It's a bit of a unique thing in the microphone world, so I wanted to plug it in and test it out and see exactly how it sounds for me. This is me right up on the AKG C414 XLII, taking full advantage of the proximity effect. I'm going to get really close. This is taking full advantage of the proximity effect. How do I sound when I'm up on top of the Shure SM7B? This is me a little bit further away doing commentary as I would do on YouTube to test how exactly the AKG C414 XLII sounds at a reasonable distance away. And then I'm going to lean away a little bit and talk as I would on a YouTube video and see exactly how this sounds with no processing on the microphone. A question that I get asked a lot about the Shure SM7B is, can I use it with a dbx 286s instead of the Cloudlifter that you buy to increase the gain, because it's quite a quiet microphone as it comes. It doesn't have phantom power, it's not a condenser, and the answer is yes, and in fact I'd recommend it. It's better than spending your money on a Cloudlifter. You can spend the same money or less on a dbx 286s and get some more features. I'll show you my best settings for the dbx 286s and the Shure SM7B. And now I'll hop over to the dbx 286s. I'll show you the best settings I found for the Shure SM7B and how to set it up yourself. First of all, the most important thing is to look at this gain dial. It needs to be really high. You can get up to 60 dB of gain on the dbx 286s, and it's just 2 clicks away from that. And of course, it's just under the yellow 0 dB level, and we're certainly not anywhere near the clip, which is good. So we're getting a good level just with the dbx 286s. No Cloudlifter required for this microphone at all. 48 volt phantom power should be off, unlike a condenser microphone where it would be illuminated and yellow. It's dynamic, so it doesn't require any extra power. High pass filter I will leave off. I'll switch that on though to show you the difference. Just cuts off a little bit of the low end from the microphone. Nothing too noticeable there. Now I'm going to set all these dials down to neutral and switch off process bypass so that we can set this up with some really sweet settings. Okay, process bypass off. Turn the gain up a little bit. Here we go. Now you can hear me turning the gain up at the far end. This is the output gain. So now you can hear me at a similar level to how you were hearing me just earlier. So let's start off with the compressor. And first of all, we'll switch up drive, and then you can really hear it kicking in. Whoa, that's distortion. So we're going to probably need to turn down as we turn the drive up. Here we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And now you can see just 3 dB of drive is happening there. Let's turn the density up a little bit more, and that's going to give us some nice, real full compression on the mic, and about there is decent for a good sound. You'll see my levels have boosted somewhat quite a bit, so I'm going to turn the output gain down just a little bit. Now we'll look at the de-esser, and in order to set this up, I'm going to put the threshold up really high, and then I'm going to into the mic and find where my S's are. Although this is not a very sibilant mic, de-essing can help. There we go, and around about there is good for me, but really this mic doesn't need much de-esser at all. I'm going to leave it about there. Low frequency, we can boost up the bass, so turning this up makes me sound like a radio announcer. Listen to that with a big boomy bass there, especially when I'm really close to the microphone. That's way too much, so let's back it back off and pop it down around 3, I think is enough, seeing as the Shure SM7B already has quite a bit of natural bass. High frequency, increasing the clarity in the high end, the crispness of my voice, and wow, as I push that up, that really does work. So let's again back this down a little bit. And I think we can afford to sit at about 3. This is a very neutral, easy sounding microphone, so that works nicely. Expander and gate, this will close off when I'm not talking essentially, so none of the background noise in your room gets through. Let's put the ratio up. Usually we'll start at 2:1 to get something happening, and then turn this up, and I'll go very quiet. You can see already it's starting to kick in at 2:1 there, so let's turn that up. Okay, just about there. And now I'm getting the sweet spot. What I want to get is this light flicking on and off as I'm talking, which I'm getting quite nicely. And that sounds pretty good. And is it cutting off my F words like fun, fun? No, but if I turn it up too high, fun, 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 fun. As you can hear, it's now shutting me down. So around about here, not much of an expander gate needed here. But this is basically what I found to be the best settings on the dbx 286s. So as you can see, the gain is 2 clicks off the maximum here. I've got the drive up at just 1 above 2. I've got the density at just around 7. The frequency is just above 4K with the threshold at just 1 click below 3. LF detail is at 3. HF detail is at 3. Threshold is 1 click below 30. The ratio is 2:1. The output is just 1 click above -10. And those are pretty sweet settings for the Shure SM7B running through a dbx 286s straight out to you on this video.